श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्ताम् सदा हृदि स्वादयन्निह सर्वेषाम् त्रय्यन्तार्थम् सुदुर्ग्रहम् स्तोत्रयामास योगीन्द्रः तम् वन्दे यामुनाह्वयम् नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः यत्पदाम्भोरुहध्यान विध्वस्ताशेषकल्मषः वस्तुतामुपयातोऽहम् यामुनेयम् नमामि तम्
श्रीमत्कृष्ण समाह्वाय नमो यामुनसूनवे यत्कटाक्ष एकलक्ष्याणां सुलभः श्रीधरः सदा नमः यामुन पाद अब्ज रेणुभिः पावित आत्मने विदित अखिल वेद्याय गुरवे विदित आत्मने नमः अचिन्त्य अद्भुत अक्लिष्ट ज्ञान वैराग्य राशये नाथाय मुनये अगाध भगवत भक्ति सिंधवे। मैडम शांता मैडम।
ओके ओके सर। अचिंत्य दिव्याद्भुत नित्य यौवन स्वभाव लावण्य मयामृतो ददिं श्रिय श्रियं भक्त जनैक जीवितं समर्थ मापत्सक मर्तिकल्पकम्।
Keshavdas Swami, in the last pada there is one S extra. And in English it should be changed to there are disposing of words. Let us disposing. That between sa and ka in Sanskrit. Between sa and ka.
Is it correct in the English?
Both are wrong. So
okay. So please tell me here what's wrong.
Okay, this is now it's okay. Sanskrit, English is okay.
English is okay. Now I can fix the Sanskrit. Okay, good. All right.
But KH must be joined together. There should be no gap. If at all you want to have hyphen, you must say before SA in English. Right. Sanskrit is also right. But yeah, in English you can put it before hyphen before SA.
Here. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
The single
like
word
this?
apatsakam. Apatsakam is a single word. And also artikalpakam also single word. Artikalpakam. Last word. Single compound word. Yes. You can separate in English also samartham with M and a dot under M or a capital M as used. Anuswar.
No, this will not be. This cannot be anuswar because followed by a vowel.
But only if it is a sun, if it is combined as sun.
This is only an M. It's not anuswar.
Okay. Okay. Madam,
English?
Rama, Mami, Padipela, Sanskrit path padikirela, English path.
Sanskrit path padikaren adiyen, adu scroll panna mudiyuma konjam keela.
Ama, panna. He will give you in Sanskrit.
Achintya divyadbhuta nitya yauvanam swabhava lavanya mayamrito dadim shriya shriyam bhakta भक्तजनैकजीवितं समर्थमापत्सखमर्तिकल्पकम्.
First line will not end in M as it is here. Yavvanam illa, Yavvanam, Yavvana.
यौवन अचिन्त्य दिव्याद्भुत नित्य यौवन स्वभावलावण्यमयामृतोदधिं श्रियं भक्तजनैकजीवितं समर्थमापत्सखमर्तिकल्पकम्.
Keshavdas Swami expects you to attend every day.
And I will try my best.
Now, anybody can read the English.
Okay, I'm going to read the English. Who art the nectar ocean consisting of beauty and of the nature of eternal youth, unthinkable, divine and wondrous, the support, Shri, of Lakshmi, the sole sustenance of the devotees, possessor of power, the friend rescuing from distress, and the wishing tree to the suppliants.
Make it both the script and the original script and as well as English translation together so that we can relate it. I want the English is enough. English transliteration is enough.
You want to see you want to see Devanagari and translation in one screen. In one screen. Yeah, it's possible. It is possible. The way we do that is we do this.
Okay. Now we are talking about Kulakam. The word Kulakam meaning a cluster of verses, a group of verses, more than 5. More than 5. So I think it should have started with 40 or 41 and ends with 48 or something like that. So more than 5 is called Kulakam. If they are 2 with a single verb, they are called Yugmam. So we have got 2 more words for 3 and 4. But beyond 5, anything 5 plus is called 5 and 5 plus is called Kulakam. So we have Dvitiya Vibhakti, the accusative case of the words for referring to the Lord, as well as goddess of fortune. So how is he? How is the Lord? Achintya, unthinkable. Look at the English word, unthinkable, achintya. Divya, divine. So you can chronologically find out the meaning. So divine, divya. Adbhuta, wondrous. Nitya, eternal. You come back. Eternal. Adbhuta. Sorry, nitya. Yavvana, youth. Yavvanam is youthhood. Okay, so eternal youth. Yavvana actually meaning youthhood. Nature of eternal youthhood. You can also write youthhood. H-O-O-D. Then Swabhava is natural. Swabhava, nature. Lavanya, beauty. Maya, full. Where is the word for full? Consisting of entire beauty. Lavanya, Maya. Lavanya is beauty. Maya is full. Consisting of the extreme beauty, you can also say. Entire beauty. Then Amrita. Amrita is nectar. Udadhi is ocean. Amrita is nectar. Udadhi is ocean. So nectar, ocean. there is a small what you call virodha here. Lavanyam, the lavanyam means beauty. But how did it become? How did it mean beauty? There is a point behind it. Can Madam Shanta Varadarajan or Rama Srinivasan can give me some extra meaning of the word lavanyam? Because they prepare food.
தெரியல அடியேன்.
எண்ணெய் இல்லாட்டா சாப்பாடுல எண்ணெய் இல்லாட்டா நல்லா இருக்காது.
உப்பு இல்ல, சுகர்,
உப்பு உப்புக்கு சான்ஸ்கிரிட், சால்ட்டுக்கு சான்ஸ்கிரிட்
லவணம்.
லவணம்.
ஓகே, கரெக்ட்.
லவணஸ்ய இதம் லாவண்யம். லவணம் தான் லாவண்யம் ஆச்சு. உப்பு இல்லாட்டா சாப்பாடு அழகா இருக்காது, பார்க்கறதுக்கு இல்லை, சாப்பிட்றதுக்கு. So it's not beautiful when you eat food without salt. So are we talking about salty ocean or nectar ocean? There is a contradiction. So Lord is handsome. Lord is handsome, but he is like his handsomeness is indicated by the salt. When the ocean is salty, then only ocean is beautiful. How come? Because it is natural. It is natural. Today we see only an ocean of salt, and we also are unhappy about ocean containing only salt. There is salty taste. Had it been what you call milky ocean or curd ocean or something like butter ocean, buttermilk ocean, so it would be very good. Even ghee ocean. But unfortunately, we have only in Kaliyugam this ocean, salty ocean. But at the same time, he is handsome like a nectar. His beauty is like a nectar ocean. The ocean is endless. The ocean is endless. His beauty is endless. That's the meaning of the ocean. Comparing the Lord with the ocean. Ocean has no borders. Because as we see by our eyes, not by traveling by ship or flight over the ocean. We don't see the end of the ocean. Therefore, the beauty is also endless. And I think Rama Srinivasan will give me the quotation from Nammalvar in the translation of the word Shriya Shriyam.
நீங்க டெஸ்ட் பண்ணாதீங்க.
Test பண்ணல. Because we are only discussing and we are not trying to find fault with each other, not trying to. So I am also learning with you. தமிழ்ல திருவுக்கும் திருவாகிய செல்வா, திருவுக்கும் திருவாகிய செல்வா. நீங்க இது வேற படிச்சிருக்கீங்க, ஸ்தோத்திர ரத்னம் தான் படிச்சிருக்கோம். ஸ்ரீயஸ்ரீஹி முன்னாடியே சொல்லிட்டாரு அவர். ஸ்ரீயஸ்ரீஹி, ஸ்ரீயஸ்ரீயம். Keshavdas Swami will remember it. I think Kashriyasrihi. First question in the first word in the first pada of the verse. Kashriyasrihi. Who is the wealth of the Mahalakshmi? Who is the property of goddess of fortune? Who is the rather all in all everything for God? So Shriyashriyam. So he is the wealth for Mahalakshmi in the sense mutually, it is mutual. Lord Sriman Narayana is rich because of Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi is rich because of Lord Sriman Narayana. Shriyashriyam. Then Bhakta Janaika Jeevitam. Devotees, Bhakta Jana, people, Bhakta Jana. Eka Jeevitam, Eka soul, only one. Sustenance, Jeevitam. Jivitam life, the only life for the devotees is Lord Sriman Narayan. Not only for Mahalakshmi, but also for us. Possessor of power. Samartham is translated as possessor of power. Why, I don't know. Samartham is simple like intelligent, capable, shrewd, expert. So Artham means is meant as power here. So Samartham is capability. Samartha is capable person, one who can do anything as he likes. So in Tamil it becomes Samath. We will call the children Samath. So Samartha, Samartham, capable of doing anything. So in this particular, Samartha, very strong, okay, powerful, competent, yes, capable. No match for anybody. So there is no connection with the Artham. Artham is money, wealth, property, material possession and so on. Artham meaning. So there is no connection here with this Artham. Sama also equal. So you cannot separate this way. Sama plus Artham or Sam plus Artham. So Samartha is capability. Samartha, he is capable. Now we have a particular word specially coined for Sriman Narayana in Sanskrit, and that's called Aghatita Ghatana Samartha. That you must say here. So whatever is not possible for others, he will carry out. Aghatita Ghatana Samartha. In Hindi, Ghatana meaning accident, a danger. Ghatana means a bad incident is called Ghatana. Durghatana is Sanskrit. Durghatana is bad incident. A sudden catastrophe is called Durghatana. In Sanskrit, we always say positive things. So Samartham is Aghatita Ghatana Samartha. So he can carry out anything that as he likes, of course, which is not possible for others. Whatever will not happen. So you have to remember here Narasimha Avatar. You know, in Bhagavata, if you read very carefully, within 2 verses, that is 64 letters, syllables, he asks all boons. Hiranyakashipu asks all boons from Creator. Whatever possible boons that it came to his mind, he asked. You know the list. I need not repeat the list. So he did not want death. Of course, we are not talking philosophically. No Jivatma dies. No individual soul dies. So Hiranyakashipu asked Brahma. Brahma refused the first boon, namely no death. So no death was refused. So for last boon that the Hiranyakashipu asked was, whatever you created. So I must not die by whatever you have created so far. Therefore, without the help of Brahma, though portfolio of creation has been allotted to Brahma, Narasimha Avatara was a peculiar creation. It is self-created. So Swayam Kritam or Swayam Vyaktam. Brahma never imagined that such a new object will be there without his help. He has not created Narasimha. All creations are Brahmas, but not Narasimha. That is why we say, with regard to when you refer to Krishnavatara, we say Adbhuta Rupa. When he was born to Devaki in the jail, Shukacharya says the story to Parikshit in the words of his father, namely Vedavyasa, from Bhagavata. Tamadbhutam balakam Ambujekshanam, Adbhutam Balakam. Whereas when he refers to Narasimha, it is Atyadbhutam. Amazing, very amazing, awesome, highly awesome. So Samartham you must remember here. Then Apatsakam. Here you must remember the Draupadi's cry. Apatsakam, Sakha, friend, Sakha, friend. Apatsakam, friend rescuing from distress. Friend, one who helps during the hard time. Apatsakam. Then the last one is always repeated. Arthikalpakam. The point here, Arthikalpakam is Vadagalai Sampradaya. You have to pray. Unless you pray, you will not be granted boon. So Arthi means beggar. Arthi, I want something. Vidyarthi, I want education. Moksharthi, I want moksha. Sukharthi, I want only pleasure. So Arthi. So those who seek, those who request, those who pray, those who beg, so then he will be Kalpakam. So Kalpakam, Kalpavriksha, wish yielding tree. Wish yielding tree, not wishing tree. I think it has been mentioned earlier also as wishing tree. Maybe that gives you the meaning, yeah. Very nice. So all these words are in Dvitiya Vibhakti, accusative case, starting with the number 1. The first two padas constitute one compound word, only one single compound word. Achintya Divyadbhuta Nitya Yauvana Swabhava Lavanya Mayamrtodidhyam Gadim. Next word is Shriya Shriyam. Again Dvitiya Vibhakti. Bhakta Janaika Jeevitam, Samartham, Apatsakam, Arthikam. So the sentence is not finished. The sentence continues to the next verse. So only one verb is there, and that we will see at the end. So we go to the Tamil comment. Okay, 45, in page 107, Padavurai, Achintya Divyadbhuta Divya Adbhuta Nitya Yavana Swabhava Lavanya Maya Amrita Udari. Now, please also remember, there are so many words for ocean. You know the word for water, Udakam. Udakam is water. So here it is abbreviated into Uda. Then Dhi is there, Udadhim. This is peculiar. So Nenekya Mudiyada, the unthinkable, Achintya, Nenekya Mudiyada. Rama Mami, please note that this is Periyavachan Pillai comment in Tamil. So Nenekya Mudiyada, we will go to the page 108. Nenekya Mudiyadadai, Aprakritamai. The word Adbhuta is there, Ashcharyamai. So Aprakritamai. This is the difference between the Lord and the creation. So Lord is always Aprakritam. Aprakritam means supernatural. We are natural. So we have Prakriti Sambandha. We have connection with matter. The matter is less in standard than Lord. Prakritam is, we are Prakritam because we are connected with Prakriti. That means we have some lot of deviations and without our control. We are controlled by Maya. We are affected by Shakha, an air which affects us from the very birth. We are made up of all the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. The good quality, the egoism and the sense of possession, and we have ignorance, darkness of ignorance. So all the three are there with us, whereas Lord is beyond. Lord is only Sattva. Lord is only goodness incarnate. So Aparadhama. Then Ashcharyamai. That's what we saw as Adbhuta. Would you just go just back to the verse in Tamil? Yeah. Divya. Divya is called Aparat. Whatever we call it divine in English is called Aprakritam in Sanskrit. Now we will go to the paragraph. So, Nityamai irukum yavanate. Lord Sriman Narayana is called Nitya Yuva. Though he is a very old man, very old, oldest man. He is called Purana Purusha. One who lived time immemorial. We don't know the time and so on. He has no limit of time. He is not bound by time. He is not controlled by time. He has been there from the beginning. The scripture says, Idam Agra Asi. Idam Brahma, this Lord, has been there before. Idam Agra Asi. When? You can't ask the question when. When did it come into existence? We cannot ask this question because even our case, in our case, we are also, our birth is anadi, beginningless. Our individual soul is alive for many years together. We can't measure the time when we were first born. So he is Nitya Yuva. He used to say a joke with regard to Ranganatha of Srirangam. He is lying down, always lying down, trying to sleep. He is not sleeping. He is doing yoga nidra. He is aware of the surroundings and he is closing his eyes and pretends to sleep. He is acting in a fiend sleep. F-E-I-G-N-E. Fiend sleep. He watches everything. We say he is lying down because he is an old man. So look at the words from Goda Stuti. There are friends for Andal, Goda. They are making fun of her. So you have chosen a groom, and the bridegroom is lying down on a snake. Nageshayaha. Nage, on the snake, he is lying down. He is sleeping. How can you like a groom, a boy, who lies down always and on the snake also? It is terrific. It is terrible. You cannot go near. Even on the day of marriage, he will be sleeping. Will he be sleeping? They are making fun of Vedanta Deshika says in Godas, Nageshaya. And the second disqualification, he doesn't possess a costly car. He has a car, vehicle, Garuda, kite. Pakshi Rathaha. Pakshi, a bird is his vehicle. Will the bird carry you also? Will it be able to carry you also? So Pakshi Rathaha. Katham te, how can you choose such a groom? He is asking. They are asking, all the friends are asking. Just to make fun. Andal is bold. Goda is courageous. And she does not weep. She is a 5-year-old child when she started wearing the garland made by Periyalvar her foster father, rather he looked like a real father. He showered so much affection on the child, and he became angry when he saw one day that she was wearing the garland. So you know the story. So Goda was bold enough to receive all this funny remarks. So the third funny remark is Purana Purusha, Purusha Purana. He's a very old man. You are 9 years old, for example. You are 9 years old, young, and he is 1,000 years old. How can you have age difference like this? How can you marry an old man? Purana Purusha, Purusha Purana. Beautifully, Godastuti gives us a picture of funny remarks. And she is not answering. She is not answering the questions. She was adamant in not answering the question. She is likened to Parvati in Kumara Sambhavam 5th canto. Lord Shiva comes as a brahmachari, Vatu, we call him Vatu, a young bachelor. Questions Parvati why she wants to marry Lord Shiva. He gives all negative aspects of Lord Shiva. He is wearing snakes. He is dressed in elephant hide, elephant skin, dripping with blood. Recently killed elephant. The skin was ripped off, and he is wearing and his home is burial ground, or rather burning ground, smashanam. His face powder is ashes. Then how can you marry him? You are a king's daughter. You must be walking on red carpet, velvet carpet. How can you ride a bull along with him? So many questions. Parvati does not answer. She says one thing. I cannot talk with the people who blame Shiva. That's the only thing that. Whoever talks negatively or blame a very great personality, then his friendship should be avoided. That's what she said. And why this is why I give a parallel. Whereas many people get angry. And again, I wanted to say one thing on one point more, but we'll take up the. So Shriyam, Shriyash. So you have Nityamayirukum Yavanate Iyarkayaha Udayavanaha. Iyarkayaha, Nitya Yavana, second padam, up, sorry, a little up, yeah. Swabhava, natural. So naturally he is young. No rejuvenation process has applied. So Swabhava. And he is handsome. You can go down. No? So அழகு நிறைந்த லாவண்யம், அழகு நிறைந்த அமுதக்கடல், அமிர்தோததி, ஸ்ரீயஸ்ரீயம், திருவுக்கும் திருவாகவும். He is the richness of the richest lady. பக்தஜன ஏக ஜீவிதம். பக்தஜனங்களுக்கு ஓர் உயிராகும். He is the only shelter, the refuge, only destination, only goal, only aim for the devotee. Samartham. Now, Periyavachan Pillai's commentary is very important because of this point. ஞானத்தினால் குறைந்தவர்களையும் கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமாக தன்னை அனுபவிப்பிக்க வல்ல. There is always a question that what will the illiterate do? Unlettered man, what will he do with Sri Bhashyam, Ragasya Tresaram, Bhagavat, Grantha Chatushtayam, Vedas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita. If a person is not able to read these books, what is his position? So in that case, Lord gives him wisdom. So Lord gives not suddenly wisdom. As we know, we are born as human beings in a better position, able to understand these books at least a little. So we may need many births to understand him fully. Therefore, he is slowly giving us the wisdom. The wisdom cannot be thrust on us completely suddenly on one day. So konjam konjamaha tannai anubhavi. So he makes us experience him little by little. And therefore he is samartha. There are two aspects here. Suppose a teacher wants to teach a student. If the student is not interested after some time, what can the teacher do? He must motivate more and more. And if the teacher gets disgusted with the student, then what will happen? So there are two aspects. Disinterested student and disgusted teacher. So in both cases, Lord Narayana is different. Neither he gets disgusted with the bhaktas, nor he gets disinterested bhakta. So somehow he makes them come to him, understand him. That is called capability. Very beautiful by Periyavachantam. In many pages that we underwent for this Stotraratnam 45 verses, I pointed out every time the speciality of Periyavachantam's comment. And those and all of us should remember this also, this point. Other points there are just ordinary, and we can also understand without the commentary of Periyavachantam. Apat Sakam. So Apatil Udavun Nanmanahu. Now you remember Apat Sakam, we already told you that Draupadi called for him and then he came. No, he did not come. He just helped her. But it is not the only case. It is not Draupadi's case only. Kunti, for example. In Kunti Stuti in Bhagavatam, you will find a list of help given by Lord Krishna. He is in the Stuti. He is listing a few boons that she got from Lord Krishna. I'm not able to quote now. If you want, I will quote tomorrow. So why is it? Now those of devotees who have requested him have been saved, protected, have been helped. And what is the feeling? What is the attitude of Sriman Narayana at the end of Mahabharata? Just by the close of the incarnation, Krishna's incarnation, what he felt was, according to Shastra, what he felt was, I should have helped all people who requested me earlier, even when they have not requested. This is my concern now. Why did I keep quiet? Why did I keep calm without helping them earlier, without their asking? Especially Draupadi. I must have helped her earlier before she cried. I did it only in the last moment. I should have done it. I should have blessed them earlier. That is the attitude of the Lord. And that is what we call apatsaka. It is not a help during danger. It is prevention of danger. So prevention before the danger arrives, he must help. So he helps. In many cases, in our personal experiences, you must have had such warnings given by God in our mind so that we escape the calamity. We have been experiencing. Whenever you feel that, you must also communicate to others. Don't keep it as a secret. When God has helped us many times, please quote that instance to all. Positive instances as well as negative instances where we needed his help, he helped us. Now again, I would say, suppose we read this Stotra Ratnam for a particular purpose of getting something from the Lord, material benefit or moksha from the Lord. We must, according to Yashoda Swami's procedure, we must take a sankalpa, we must take a decision. We must mention what we want. We must not mention all that we want. We must mention just one desire and make a sankalpa and then read this stotra. That's what I would suggest. You want the son to get married. You want the children to beget issues. So you have a sankalpa and do it. And therefore, arthi kalpakam. So only when we beg, he will be a kalpaka. So you have to say the prayer for a particular purpose. Now there are people who do not want anything from the Lord. Therefore, when they will recite Vishnu Sahasranamam, they will not go beyond Vanamali Gadishari. Iti idam kirtaniyasya keshavasya mahatmanah namnam sagasram divyanam asheshena prakirtitam. That's all. Not that there is no time or we do not know, we do not remember all these verses beyond kirtitam, but they will not say that. Because we have a list of demands for the, what we call palashruti. We don't want any. So what do we want again? He knows what we want. He knows what we want. Even while worshipping Lord Srinivasa at Tirupati, we are very much worried about that we are trying to see him in a split second. No. He invited you. He saw you. That is enough. In 1/16th of a second, Kanam, he sees you. So there is no question of you are seeing the Lord and you are worried about, oh, this man pushes me out. Jarihandi. No. So that is so we don't want anything from him. Finally, we say Sri Rama Rama Rameti. It is because of Parvati's insistence that on a particular day she was very busy, hurried up, and therefore asked Shiva to give her the shortcut SMS for Vishnu Sahasranam. So that was Sri Rama Rama. Again, you say finally, Kayena Vacha Narayanayeti Samarpaya. We submit everything to the Lord. Buddhyatmanava. Prakritya Buddhyatmanava. Whatever we did unknowingly, knowingly, and so on. So even for the sins that we commit unknowingly, we want pardon. So we want the excuse. So we don't expect anything from the Lord. That will be the greatest bhakti. And that is called moksham, otherwise called kainkaryam, as we understand. Now, this particular 45th verse is about the qualities of the Lord, the auspicious qualities of the Lord that make the goddess of wealth happy. That happiness is permanent for her. That's what we saw. Nityam. So, Prakarshayantam. We saw the word Prakarshayantam. Mahishim Prakarshayantam. He wanted to please, he is pleasing the Lord, goddess, his wife. So how is it? Queen. He is the queen, Mahishim. Prakarshayantam is Nitya Prakarsha. Permanent happiness that he wants to create in the goddess. So, இப்படி பிராட்டியை உகப்பிக்கிற ரசபாவங்களுக்கு ஆசிரியமான வடிவை குணங்களை அனுசந்திக்கிறார். Yamunacharya, Sri Yamunacharya revels, takes pleasure in enjoying, rather in dealing with the succor, the destination in Divya Mangala Vigraha of emotions and sentiments in order to please Mahalakshmi. Now, of course, we are as devotees to please both the divine couple. So we have got only one entity, and we have to please. Today, a lady said to me that she wants to study stotras on Mahalakshmi. I was asking why. Because of the corona condition, let us take all the stotras of Mahalakshmi from any corner, she said. So we are reading Komala Dandakam. Komala Dandakam. Komala Dandakam is a poem, not a poem rather. It looks like a poem, but it looks like prose also. It's of course poem with more than 27 letters in a particular pada. Each pada will have more than 27 syllables. And that is called Dandakam. Because it looks like a long stick, it is Dandakam. It's a prose-like poem. And two people have authored Komala Dandakam. Two great people. Both of them have the same name. One is called, both of them are called Varada. The other one is called Varada Vishnu. And the other one is one of the pontiffs of Andavan Ashram. Karandeti Andavan. He is also called Varada. So, Valuttur Andavan we say. The lady said, I want to read both Komala Dandakam. So, we have to please, like the Lord, we have to please the goddess. How to please the goddess? By eulogizing. So, we will take up the Yakyanam next session. Let there be questions. Rama Mami, enna kelvi kekkalam inga patti. So, Srinath Ramaraj is welcome. So we will take up after questions. We will take up the time.
Swami, I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were talking about the ocean, the Lavanya Ocean, the salty ocean is beautiful. The ocean is beautiful because it has salt. Then why is it that Vishnu likes to have a milk ocean? If the salt ocean is the best, then why have the milk ocean? Why does Vishnu have the milk ocean?
No. See, we say the ocean is beautiful because of its salty nature. No other object is parallel to an ocean in Sanskrit. Sagaraha Sagaropamaha. If you want to compare an ocean, you must compare another ocean only. That is why we say it is beautiful. There is no parallel. So also the sky. Gaganam Gaganakaram. Gaganam Gaganakaram. This is a Valmiki's verse. How was the fight between Rama and Ravana? It was like the fight between Rama and Ravana. Rama Ravanayor Yuddham, Rama Ravanayor Yuddham. So when there is no parallel, we say it is beautiful. This is Alankara. This is Alankara. This is only a literary embellishment. And therefore, it is not that we like, so without salt, your food is waste. Uppillada pandam kuppayile. You have to throw it to the trash, dustbin. If you can't, if you have no salt food. We are tolerating because of the blood pressure which we imagine. We have been instilled with the fear, and therefore we are able to take saltless food. Now salt is very important, and there is a proverb in Tamil which says, if the cost of the salt goes up, the country has drought. Country has drought. Uppu vela erina naadu panjam. Naatuku panjam. This is a proverb in Tamil. And we don't know how to correlate this, but the problem is our problem is we don't have nectar ocean, and all the taste must be there. But the sweet is the best taste according to everyone. So Vishnu take the nectar form. And again, the word nectar. Look at the word nectar. Amritam. Amritam meaning immortality. That is more important than the sweetness of the nectar. Amritam dead. Amritam no dead. So these are all concepts which we imagine. Our limited human mind imagines that. Otherwise, okay. Again, I have a reservation. My answers may not be convincing also. And in that case, others can substantiate.
Swami, I want to say I like the word samartham. From this is very encouraging for me. Samartham and Channa word. So just want to tell you how I felt about it when you explained the meaning. Even people who are not in towards yeah.
Recent definitely I will tell you tomorrow what is Agatita Gatana Samartha. How is he capable? You have read the story of Lord Krishna and you have understood many exploits, many impossible exploits by him. One thing that comes immediately to my mind is he brings to life the dead sons of his guru, Sandeepi. It is against the rule. Yama has taken them. He accosts Yama and brings back the that is the point is Guru Bhakti. And now one more, Parikshit Maharaja. It was only a coal, we say coal stick, kariketta, born from the mother. So he gave him life. Parikshit Maharaja. He went as an ambassador to Pandavas for the sake of Pandavas. So now I remember one or two because we studied in under the Stotram Rangarajastam. So we have, of course, we have to look askance at these adventures, which we cannot do. We cannot imagine to do. Okay. I also feel that Keshavdas Swami's time for night is getting late, and he doesn't want to leave me. Why, I don't know.
Swami, it's not so late here. It's only 6 o'clock. Out of money.
Oh.
This verse, the 45th verse is very beautiful, Swami. I just liked it. Today's verse explanations, very beautiful.
There is one statement from Rama's Ramayana. When we commit what we call a breach, we betray. When we betray the Lord, when we cheat the Lord, when we do harm to the Lord, we are doing hundreds of harmful actions. He forgets. And when you do only one small favor, you call it as a favor done to him, as though you only could help him. We take pride in saying, I did this favor. I offered the garland to him of cardamom to Hayagriva. Today, I bought a very costly cardamom. Yalaka remember vela jasti. Then I made a garland and then put it on Hayagriva. I take pride. I tell my friends. I boast with relatives and so on. For a single favor, which is very small, he remembers us for a long time. He does not forget us. Shatamapi apakaranam. Shatamapi, hundreds of apakara, that is harmful act. Shatamapi apakaranam nasmarati. Ekena upakarena tushyati. These are the words from Ramayana. If you just offer a flower saying Narayana Namaha, oh, this man has done great thing for me. This is what we saw in Gunaratna Kosham. While a person, Keshavdas knows very well, while a person crosses the Tayar Sannidhi outside the temple, and then he removes his chappals and casually says Anjali and goes away. The goddess Ranganayika feels, what did not I do for him, for this single Anjali? Have I done whatever is proper to him so far? What else I should do? Shishruti asks, Kimte bhuya priyamiti kila mera vaktra vibhat. She is smiling because she wants to know from the devotee, what else do you want from me? I have given you everything. No, you can just compare the situation. Vedanta Deshika, how did he live? He lived above wants. And she is asking the question to him. He was not very comfortable as we are today. And we say, what else Deshika must have from the goddess Ranganayika? We are surprised at this. Kimte bhuyaha. Now this word Kimte bhuyaha is a very surprising expression in Ramayana, and it is very curious that Rama, the God incarnation, was asked by many people who cannot do anything. That's what we say. We are all helpless. But Guha asked him, Kimte bhuyaha, Priyam. What do you want? I will give you what I help you. Sugriva asked. Vibhishana asked. See how what do you call this? How dare they ask? How dare they ask Ramalam? Now, we also think that a particular person is weak and we offer help, but maybe he is stronger than us. This is what we say in Sanskrit also. If you have already taken food, full square meal, suppose I offer food now. It is like offering food just the man who has just eaten. Bhuktasya bhojanam. Bhuktasya bhojanam. Triptasya bhojanam. Triptasya bhojanam. Already satisfied. Triptasya bhojanam. There is a particular verse called Subhashitam, general knowledge verse. So this is how we are doing to God, but God tolerates. Now one more. Sorry, I want to because it is 6 o'clock. He is ready to listen. Okay. Degalesha Stuti is a stotram by Vedanta Deshika with regard to Ulagalanda Perumal Trivikrama in Tirukkovalu, where the three Alvars had hugs, had Upamardhanam, that is rubbing with each other. The first three Alvars. And the Lord is the fourth one to dash that. And there are two adjectives, two encomia for addressing the Lord by Vedanta Deshika in Degalesha Stuti. He first says, Bhaktopamarda Saha. Lord is able to tolerate the pain, rather call it a pain, of dashing with the three people in a single place. And the next name given to Lord Shiman, the Trivikrama, is Bhaktopamarda Rasika. He enjoys the closeness of these three Alvas, three Bhaktas. So that is how. But of course, this should be mutual. The devotee and the Lord should have the same mutual concern, mutual affection.
स्वादयन्निह सर्वेषाम् त्रय्यन्तार्थम् सुदुर्ग्रहम् स्तोत्रयामास योगीन्द्रः तम् वन्दे यामुनाह्वयम् नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः यत्पदाम्भोरुहध्यान विध्वस्ताशेषकल्मषः वस्तुतामुपयातोऽहम् यामुनेयम् नमामि तम्
श्रीमत्कृष्ण समाह्वाय नमो यामुन सूनवे यत्कटाक्ष एकलक्ष्याणां सुलभः श्रीधरः सदा नमः यामुन पाद अब्ज रेणुभिः पावित आत्मने विदित अखिल वेद्याय गुरवे विदित आत्मने
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः।